and it's Snow Chi now in front of the field by 2 and drawing away. Grovey is second. Ferdinand along the inside in second place and closing, but he may not get there. A 16th of a mile to go. Snow Chief in front. Ferdinand is second. They race to the wire, and it's Snow Chief winning the Preakness.
And Dare and Go has gone right on by Cigar. A 16th of a mile to go, and you can never underestimate a classy horse. And this is one classy guy on his day. Dare and Go, and Alex Solis win the Pacific Classic.
Big Jack goes for home on the far side. Bertolini stand side, and here comes Bet Me Best. These are the three. Rampant Rave stays on as well. Big Jag on the far side. Rampant Rave is finishing fast, but it's Big Jag all the way. Big Jag wins it.
And it is Colorado trying to cut it out of the furlong as Kona Gold surges, and Honest Lady and Elaborate close in. It's Kona Gold in front, and Kona Gold has won it. And pleasantly perfect, trying to mow them down with 100 yards to go. They're down there on the outside, and they're coming down to the finish, and it is pleasantly perfect. Man, oh man, what a day.
200 metres left to go. Elkie drifting to the centre, and our new recruit, they beat off Cajun Beat. Conroy coming fast late, but it's our new recruit in front, close to home, and our new recruit will win the Golden Shaheen. But it's the big two. It's pleasantly perfect and Medaglia d'Oro. They're stride for stride, 150 metres out. The whips are cracking, the hearts are pounding. Pleasantly perfect puts his head in front. He cracks Medaglia d'Oro. Pleasantly perfect draws clear, wins the cup.
And that's just a few of the highlights of a career that spanned over 30 years for Hall of Famer jockey Alex Solis. It all began back in 1986 in the Preakness with So Chief, you saw at the beginning of that segment here. And as we now come to the set right here by the paddock here at Del Mar, I want to welcome to our desk this afternoon jockey Alex Solis. Alex, thanks of all. First, congratulations and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Simon, to have me here. I'd like to announce that I'm gonna retire from race riding, not from the sport. First of all, I'd like to thank all the owners and trainers that gave me the opportunity to ride so many great horses, and of course the horses and all the fans and my family, all the friends, and again more important, the owners. Really, they do so much for the sport. Like I said, I'm retiring for race riding, but not from the sport. I like to do something else in the future. I will use the same blueprint that I have used my whole life, and that's to work very hard and put all my passion and love into it, and always do my best.
Tremendous career. Alex Solis announcing his retirement, spent over 30 years, one of only 29 jockeys to win 5,000 races in his career. Tremendous achievement, Alex. And what brought you to this decision? Because I know, you know, many of us that know you, physically you take care of yourself. You're always running, you're always working out, and you spend a lot of time and in doing that. What has led to this decision right at this time to make this announcement?
You know, the last few years I had so much aches and pains, and 3 months ago I had a hip replacement. I'm trying to recuperate from that, and it's been kind of hard. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. And as you know, I got 2 grandkids now that I had to spend some more time with them. And again, it's just that wear and tear and on my body. And I had to decide that I had to close this door and start a new chapter. And like I say, I will use the same blueprint of whatever I do in the future.
How tough has it been for you to make that decision? I know you had your hip surgery back in August, and I mean, God willing, if your body was physically able, you'd probably still be riding right now, right?
Yes, and I think just because of being off for so long, you know, I lost some more. I've been really reflecting of do I have the same passion for riding, and of course it's there, but in a different way. Right. And I feel like I need to have the rest of my passion and do something else with it. Like I said, this sport's been great to me, and whatever I do in the future, I would do the same way.
I mean, you're the picture of an American dream. You arrived in Panama, I think I read somewhere, with $700 in your pocket, couldn't speak English. You ended up at Calder, and look where you are 30 years later, inducted into the Hall of Fame, 5,000 wins. And, I mean, just a tremendous career. 3 Breeders' Cup wins, including Pleasantly Perfect, we saw there, probably one of the highlights of your career, winning the Dubai World Cup and the Breeders' Cup Classic. Did you ever dream when you were raised in that farm in Panama that some 30-plus years later you would be sitting here in this situation?
Not at all. I always loved the horses, and when I got into racing, and the first time my dad took me to the racetrack and I saw a race, I just fell in love with it. And I was very lucky that I had a plan that I said I'm going to come to USA, and I said I want to always ride with the best riders. And of course my idol was Laffit Pincay, and I came to California, and hard work and determination, I accomplished most of my dreams.
Yeah, I mean, you are the poster boy for hard work. There's no question about that. I mean, you haven't ridden winners for me and see how you carried yourself in this sport and on the backside. And these are the fruits of some of your labor here. Pleasantly Perfect, of course. You had a great association with Richard Mandela, Bobby Franco, of course. The great filly Megahertz, which, you know, for both of us was a blessing. A filly that put up so many wins. I mean, just tremendous career.
Yeah, she was, Megahertz, and it was very special. It was very unique animal, filly to ride, and all the horses that I rode. I mean, they all, as you know, you train horses. That, you know, you can ride so many horses and train so many good horses, but it's just seeing those horses, working with them, see them develop. It's a great reward when you come to the winner circle after winning a race. I mean, it's all that hard work. It doesn't matter how big the race is. It's still just very special.
You won so many big races in your career, Alex. We saw a montage from the top of the show, but you know, I guess the one thing that was missing, you came so close in that Kentucky Derby, second 3 times. Is that something that you think about, or is it like, I tried, I gave it my best, and it just wasn't meant to be?
2 things that makes me really sad. Yes, not winning the Kentucky Derby. Yes, it does. And the other one is watching the Breeders' Cup this year here in Del Mar. How special it was. It really got a lot of tears.
Right.
I had a lot of tears from it, but I was watching it on TV. I was so pleased with NBC that the great job they did with it. How well they portrayed racing. I was so moved at all the scenery, and I felt like we were in Pebble Beach. And if you weren't a fan to horse racing, you had to stop the TV and watch, because it was so well done. It was so beautiful, and how well Del Mar, what a great job they did. And again, it was great for California racing, but it was great for horse racing in general.
It's a great advertisement.
Yes.
Just making their way onto the track here for race number 5. We'll continue our conversation here with jockey Alex Solis, who just moments ago officially announced his retirement from the sport of horse racing. He'll be greatly missed, a winner of over 5,000 races, inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2014. And maybe after this race, we'll talk about what lays ahead for you, Alex, in the future. You've been on the California Horse Racing Board since 2015, been active and involved on that side of the sport. But after this race, we'll talk about what doors there may be for you in the future here, and if you want to stay in the sport.